Hi, my name's Ian and welcome to the channel. Not been in before, and you have been before, then welcome back. In this video we're going to be changing the mid sliding door roller on the Peugeot Boxer. This is also appropriate for a Fiat Ducato, Citroen Relay, the later Vauxhall Movanos and also Ram ProMaster. The other thing we're going to be looking at as well is, in case you've got a very stiff sliding door, it's quite possible that it just needs adjusting, and that can be done on the middle roller as well, and also the top and bottom ones, but it's quite common that the middle roller will end up sagging. So I did have a problem with that as well, but I have got to change my middle roller because it's broken. So this is what we're going to be changing today. But so I said we'll open it up in a minute and I'll show you how to adjust it first in case you've got a problem with it. With mine it was dragging along here, and basically it was very, very stiff, and it just needs just a case of just adjusting it upwards. But I've also got a problem with the actual bearings on mine have gone as well. That's why I'm going to change it. So if your door's dragging, or it feels like it's a bit too high or a bit too low, basically you've got an adjuster here. So you'll need a T50 Torx bit for the underside of it and a 17mm spanner to release this nut. So basically you need to spin that up out of the way, and then you can then adjust it either way. So then by getting your Torx bit in there, you can then adjust it. That takes it up. And if you're going to reverse it, then drops it down the other way. So to change the middle roller, you're going to need a T40 Torx bit to undo these two bolts, but also what you're going to need as well at the same time is you need some way of supporting your sliding door. So I've got this step here with a piece of wood on there, so basically the door won't drop too far, and obviously then I'll be able to get the bolts back in afterwards. So what I'll do is I'll get these two undone and then show you how the actual slider comes out. Right, that's the two bolts now out. So all you got to do then, just to get the actual slider out then, is just literally pull it towards you a bit and lift it out, and that's it. So basically you've got the two rollers on the top there, bottom roller on the bottom. It's, as I said, the bearings are gone on mine, and as I said, this because this bolt's knackered, that's not the original one, it's just that it was just hold it in place just for now. But yeah, I'll be changing the whole thing anyway today. So the one on the right is the old one, and then the one on the left is the new one I just purchased off eBay. They are slightly different to each other. I mean, obviously this is an aftermarket version of it, but there seems to be loads of these for sale on eBay, so they must be okay. But there are some differences in the fact that this one, where this white bolt is, that is adjustable in and out, which I think once the door's shut, it then creates the gap between the sliding door and the back panel. This one obviously hasn't got that, and then the adjustment on it is slightly different as well with the up and down thing, but it probably works in exactly the same sort of similar manner to what the other one does with regards to this bolt and adjusting. In fact, what you do is you stick an Allen key in through the top of this one, and then you use the nut afterwards, so you either wind it up and down, get it to where it needs to go, and then lock it up with that nut afterwards. But right, I'll go and slip this in, and hopefully it's going to basically it'll go back in the same way as the old one came out. So basically you locate these two sections in first up underneath the flange, and then we'll then bolt it back up again like we did with the other one. Well, that's the new one installed. What I did have to do was I had to set up the adjustments before fitting it. So it was all the way down to the bottom when I first pulled it out of the packaging, but had to then release this nut, use an Allen section on a socket set to release this, and then wind it. So basically the whole thing then, by rotating the screw, allows it to move up and down. I've still got a tiny bit more adjustment to do on it yet, but also the other thing this does as well is it's got some adjustment within it. So like I was saying before, that the old one had adjustment in here, that adjustment, that backwards and forwards in and out movement it had, is in this. Basically you've got the adjustment built into this as well, so the whole thing just moves in and out on that particular thing. That's basically the thing now fitted. There are two more rollers on these vans. So you've got a bottom one, which with a roller built inside on the underside of it. These can wear out over a period of time as well. and then there's also another one up at the top there as well. But quite often they just cag up with a bit of muck in there. So what I did with mine, I cleaned it out with a bit of brake cleaner, and then just sprayed a little bit of silicone spray on them, and also within the runner as well. And it just makes the whole thing run a little bit better. So it's just a bit of maintenance really. And again on the bottom one there as well, I sort of cleaned out around the roller with some brake cleaner, then squirted some silicone spray in there. But you can also do then the same with this as well. It's been obviously a bit of a wet day today, but you can give that a bit of a clean out. And then the same if you have keeping your old one, don't need to change. If you don't need to change it, then obviously you can lubricate the roller and everything else on this one as well with a bit of silicone spray. That's the door fully empty back out. There we go. Job done. So that's the installation now complete of the central roller. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Please like and subscribe to the channel, it'll be much appreciated, and I'll see you again in the next one. Cheers.